How's it going, YouTube? This is Zeke from Digimon Plays, and I'm here to continue our card-by-card review for EX4. I was going to split it up into two color pairings, but it actually made sense to do this one as green, yellow, as well as purple all in one just because of the cards and the archetypes that line up with it. To start things off with though, there were a few cards that I missed out of the red and the blue version, specifically the egg. So this is Missimon. And this one goes with our blue flare line, but this says on deletion, if you have a Digimon in play, draw one. So this will actually come into play for both the blue flare archetype, which I covered in the last video, as well as the Dark Knight blue flare mix, which I'll be covering in the next video. The next two cards to mention would be the options, both blue and red. First, we have Trident Gaia for Victory Greymon. This says main, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with the highest DP. If a Digimon with 13,000 DP or more is deleted by this effect, trash the top card of your opponent's security stack. And then its security effect is activate the main, and it costs 8 memory. Next we have Full Metal Blaze, also 8 memory, but this one's blue. Main, return 2 of your opponent's level 4 or lower Digimon to their owner's hands. Then, if your opponent has 8 or more cards in their hand, return one of your opponent's level 6 or higher Digimon to the bottom of the owner's deck. And yet again, the security effect is to activate main. So this goes with the Zed Guru and the Victory Greymon lines, but now let's get into all the new cards for the new archetypes. The 4 new archetypes are the 2 Terriermon lines, one going into Black Mock Gargomon, one going into Cherubimon. And then we have the new Renamon line, as well as the new Falcomon line. So let's break those down real quick. First off, we have the Egg Kokomon for the Terriermon lines. This says your turn, once per turn. When an effect suspends one of your Digimon, draw 1 card. So this will set up the Terriermon lines pretty good. Our next egg that we have will be the Pinamon. This says on deletion, if not deleted by battle, gain 1 memory. So we know purple is all about deletion, so you can see how this can actually go off. This is actually an egg that gives memory instead of card draw, so that's something new. But let's move into our level 3s. We're going to go back to the proper color order now. So beginning with yellow, we have the Agumon Expert. This says opponent's turn. Once per turn, when an opponent plays a Digimon, reveal 1 card of the same level from your hand. Then place that card on the top of your security stack face down. So specifically, if they play anything, you actually get to put stuff on top of your security stack. So that's kind of new. Alright, next we get into Renamon. So this says, on play, until the end of your opponent's next turn, 2 of your opponent's Digimon with 4,000 DP or less can't attack. And its inheritable is your turn once per turn. When you use an option card with a cost of 2 or more, gain 1 memory. So slotting perfectly into the plugins that the rest of the Renamon line is good for. Next, we have a card from the Terriermon line. This is Tururaimon. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing that, but it can digivolve from a level 3 that contains either Lopmon or Terriermon for 2 regardless of color, and then digivolves over a level 3 yellow or green for a cost of 3. 4 play cost, 4 DP total, and it has a new keyword in Alliance. So this says, when your Digimon attacks by suspending one of your other Digimon in play, add the suspended Digimon's DP to this Digimon and gain security attack +1. So this feeds straight into your Kokomon egg for suspending other Digimon. And then it also has an inheritable of end of attack once per turn. If you have another suspended Digimon in play, one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 2,000 DP for the turn. So it's a bit of a mix between yellow and green effects, both suspension and DP reduction. So kind of a mix of the two. But next we have our next Renamon line card in Yokomon. 4 play cost, 5,000 DP, generic Digivolution over blue or yellow for 3 from a level 3, but it can also Digivolve from a Renamon for a cost of 2. So it has this card / Digimon is also treated as Kyubimon, so it feeds straight back into the Renamon line. It also has an on play or when digivolving effect for one of your Digimon in play gains blocker until the end of the opponent's turn. It also has an inheritable, your turn once per turn. When you use an option card with a cost of 2 or more, one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 2000 DP for the turn. So now we're seeing a mix of blue and yellow in this line because you gain memory and DP reduction in the same effects. But now we will move on to our next card. So now we have a new armor form in Gold Vidramon. 6 play cost, 6000 DP, 3 cost Digivolve over a level 3 yellow, but you can also Digivolve for 2 over a Vmon. This has armor purge, so if it would be deleted, you can just place it in the trash in order to prevent the deletion. But it also has when Digivolving, one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 2000 DP for the turn. If you have a blue or yellow tamer in play, or a card with armor form and its traits in your trash, one of your opponent's Digimon with 6000 DP or less can't attack or block until the end of your opponent's turn. So essentially, this plays straight into the yellow DP reduction, but you also get a stun effect on top of it. So yet again, another mix of the colors. Now we have yellow and blue action going at it. Alright, so next we hop back into the Renamon line with Daomon. Daomon is 7 play cost, 7000 DP, Digivolution cost of 4 over a level 4 blue or yellow, but you can also Digivolve from a Kyubimon for only a cost of 3. So this card is also treated as Taomon. So similar to the last one being as Kyubimon, you can go up either side of the line. This has an on-play or when Digivolving effect of return one of your opponent's Digimon with 6000 DP or less to the owner's hand. Now, I hate security control, but I saw some of the Japanese lists. This card was run rampant in those. Additionally, it has an inheritable of your turn once per turn. When you use an option card that costs 2 or more, one of your opponent's Digimon gets 2000 DP or less. So very similar to the last card in the evolution line, the Okomon. Daomon does the same thing. Alright, next we will move back to the Terriermon with... This is an 8 play cost, 8000 DP, 4 to Digivolve over a green or yellow level 4, but you can also Digivolve from a level 4 2-color green Digimon for only a cost of 3. So, first time we've ever seen this in a black text box, but it's kind of neat. It also has the Alliance keyword, so when attacking, you can suspend another Digimon to gain its DP as well as security attack +1. Then it also has end of attack. If you have 3 or fewer security cards, recover 1. So definitely some yellow action there. Additionally, for its inheritable, it has end of attack once per turn. If you have another suspended Digimon in play, one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 2000 DP for the turn. So yet again, we're seeing a mix of both yellow and green effects here. But let's move on back to the Renamon line with Kazuhamon. This is a 12 play cost, 11,000 DP, 3 to Digivolve over a level 5 blue or yellow. And then this Digimon card is also treated as having Sakuyamon in its name, so you can play with the whole Sakuyamon maiden mode as well. But this has a when Digivolving. You may use one option card with a cost of 5 or less from your hand without paying its cost. And then your turn once per turn. When you use an option card with a cost of 2 or more, you may play one Taomon or one yellow or blue level 4 or lower Digimon from this Digimon's Digivolution cards without paying its memory cost. So essentially you'll be able to get some of the on-play effects from all of the rest of the line as you build up to this. But next, let's move on to our next Digimon. Out of this line, back to Terriermon in Cherubimon. And this will be the yellow-green Cherubimon. Play cost of 12, DP of 12,000, Digivolution cost of 4 over a green or a yellow level 5, but you can Digivolve for 3 over a level 5 2-color green Digimon, so feeding back into the rest of the line. Yet again, this has Alliance, so suspending a Digimon, adding the DP and a security attack, but it also has a when Digivolving or when attacking, not once per turn. So one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 3000 DP for the turn for each suspended Digimon you have in play. I'm not quite sure how you would unsuspend this to be able to get it again, but just remember, it's when Digivolving and when attacking, not once per turn. So you can at least get it off twice by Digivolving and attacking in the same turn. And we've been talking about the line, so now here is the rookie for it. In green, we have Terriermon. So 3 play cost, 1000 DP, 0 Digivolution cost over level 2. It has on play, reveal the top 4 cards from your deck, add 1 2-color green card, and 1 Tamer with Henry Wong in its name among them to your hand. Place the rest at the bottom of your deck in any order. So yes, we're searching for the Tamer now. It also has an inheritable of your turn. When you suspend a Digimon for an Alliance skill, you may Digivolve this Digimon into a 2-color green Digimon from your hand, paying its Digivolution cost. When this Digimon would Digivolve by this effect, reduce the Digivolution cost by 2. And notice, yet again, it's not a once per turn effect. So we'll be able to ride straight up the line with just that. But next we're going to move into Terriermon Assistant. So a little bit outside the line, but this Digimon is also treated as having Terriermon in its name, or it is actually Terriermon. So play cost 3, 1000 DP, 0 Digivolution over a level 2. So your turn, when an effect suspends this Digimon, one of your Digimon get plus 4000 for the turn. So it actually feeds straight into the entire Alliance mechanic. It also has an inheritable of your turn. When you would suspend this Digimon for an Alliance, you may Digivolve this Digivolve into a 2-color green Digimon from your hand, paying its Digivolution cost. And of course, you would reduce the effect by 2. So exactly the same as the other Terriermon we have, only this one actually gets 4000 DP while doing it. The last rookie that we have is Lopmon. 3 play costs, 1000 DP, 0 Digivolve, the exact same inheritable, and this has on play, reveal the top 4 cards, add 1 2-color Digimon, and instead of a Henry, now we're adding a Shu Chong Wong, so Henry's little sister. So essentially you'll be able to search for the dual Tamer, which I'll talk about later, because it counts as both a Henry and a Shu Chong Wong. And there's a lot of synergy there. I can't wait to see somebody actually build this deck. It looks like a lot of fun. Our green-black level 4 is Black Gargomon. Play cost 4, DP 4000, Digivolution of 3 over a black or green level 3. But you can also Digivolve from a card whose name contains Lopmon or Terriermon for 2. So this includes both Lopmon, Terriermon, and Terriermon Assistant. It has Alliance, so suspending, adding the DP and security attack. But its inheritable is your turn once per turn. When effect suspends a Digimon, this Digimon gets 2000 DP for the turn. So yet again, all compounding on top of each other. And now we move into our level 5 with Black Rapidmon. 8 play cost, 8000 DP, 4 to Digivolve over a level 4 green or black, but you can also Digivolve from a 2-color green Digimon whose name contains a Gargomon for a cost of 3. Yet again, it has Alliance, suspending to add the DP and security attack. It also has End of Attack, de-Digivolve one of your opponent's Digimon by 1. Its inheritable is your turn once per turn. When an effect suspends a Digimon in play, this Digimon gains Piercing. So yet again, you can add to that Alliance by buffing up the DP from your lower inheritables, and now you gain Piercing on top of that. So now let's jump into the level 6 for the line in Black Mega Gargomon. So this is a 13 play cost, 13,000 DP, 5 to Digivolve over level 5 green or black, but 4 from a 2-color Digimon that contains the name Rapidmon. So end of turn, once per turn, 2 of your green and or black Digimon gain blocker and reboot until the end of your opponent's turn. And then all turns once per turn, when another Digimon in play becomes suspended, you may unsuspend this Digimon. So essentially, if you have multiple things with Alliance in play, you can continue to unsuspend him, and this actually plays back into one of the inheritables I was talking about earlier, because remember, a lot of these are not once per turn. So you're able to unsuspend and continue to gain all of the effects going forward. So before we hop into purple, I'm just going to talk about the Tamer, which ties this all together. And that happens to be the siblings of Henry Wong and Shu Chong Wong. So for play cost, start of your main phase, if you have 1 or less Digimon in play, you may play 1 Terriermon or Lopmon from your hand without paying its memory cost. The Digimon played by this effect can't be Digivolved, and at the end of your opponent's turn, delete that Digimon. So if you notice, most of them had on-play effects, so it's actually a way to actually get into that. You just can't digivolve them. So essentially you'll promote one, play out another, and be able to gain a lot of effects off that. Then it has your turn. When one of your Digimon in play that has Terriermon or Lopmon in its Digivolution cards would digivolve, by suspending this tamer, reduce that Digivolution cost by 1. So yet again, memory blockers, you don't have to worry about those anymore. You're not gaining memory for this. This is reducing Digivolution costs. But then you have to worry about cards like Sayakomon, because those actually can affect tamers. But let's move away from the green and yellow and onto the purple. You can't have an Agumon expert without having a fake Agumon expert, apparently. So play cost of 3, 1000 DP, 0 Digivolution over a purple level 2. Opponent's turn once per turn. When an opponent's Digimon is deleted, by trashing one card with the same level as the Digimon from your hand, you can draw 2. So essentially, anytime that you can delete anything, you're able to gain card advantage off of it now. But now, let's talk to the new Ravemon and Falcomon line. So the rookie for that line is Falcomon, 3 play cost, 1000 DP, 0 Digivolution over level 2. It has on play, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck, add 1 purple Digimon card with Ravemon in its name, or Bird or Avian in one of its traits, and 1 Keenan Crier among them from your hand. Place the rest at the bottom of your deck in any order. It also has an on deletion. If this card was deleted other than in battle, your opponent trashes 1 card from their hand. So there's very few effects in the game that actually trash your opponent's hand, but we're actually going to see that come more and more into play with this line. But now we're hopping back into the Terriermon line with Wendigomon. So 4 play cost, 4000 DP, Digivolution of 3 over a level 3 purple or green. But you can also Digivolve if the Digimon contains Lopmon or Terriermon its name for 2. It also has Alliance, so suspension, adding the DP plus security attack. But this has the inheritable of end of attack once per turn. If you have another suspended Digimon in play, return 1 green Digimon card from your trash to your hand. So now we're actually dealing with green and purple effects, being able to suspend and then add cards back. So let's hop back to the Falcomon line to finish it up with 2 more cards. First of that being Peckmon, our level 4. This is a 5 play cost, 5000 DP, 2 cost Digivolve over a level 3 purple. It has Wind Digivolving. If you don't have a Keenan Crier card in play, you may play 1 from your hand without paying its memory cost. So very, very similar to a lot of cards which we just saw in BT12. This is now playing the new Tamer of Keenan Crier. This also has an on deletion effect. If this card would be deleted other than in battle, an opponent trashes 1 card from their hand. So the exact same inheritable as the Falcomon before. Even more disruption to add to their total hand size. But now we can move into our level 5 with Crowmon. So this is a 7 play cost, 7000 DP, 3 to Digivolve over a level 4. And this has an when attacking. If you have a purple Tamer in play, which you should by this point, you may Digivolve this Digimon into Ravemon in your hand, paying its Digivolution cost. So similar to how X Antibody works, but you can just do this from this Digimon. It also has an inheritable of on deletion. If this Digimon was deleted other than by battle, delete one of your opponent's level 5 or lower Digimon. So we see a lot of on deletion with this deck. But we need to hop back to the Terriermon line. There's 2 more cards, but this one is our next level 5 in Antilamon. So 8 play cost, 8000 DP, 4 to Digivolve over a level 4 purple or green Digimon, but 3 to Digivolve over a level 4 2-color green Digimon. It has Alliance, similar to the rest of the line, so suspension for plus DP as well as security attack. This also has end of attack. You may play 1 green level 3 Digimon card from your trash without paying its memory cost. So yet again, purple effects this time. It also has an inheritable of end of attack once per turn. If you have another suspended Digimon in play, return 1 of your green Digimon cards from your trash to your hand. So now we get recursion, and it's not level based. But now we get to finish out one of the archetypes, with the level 6 being Ravemon. 11 play cost, 11,000 DP, 3 to Digivolve over a level 5 purple. This card has jamming, and then it also has end of attack. By deleting this Digimon that had a Digivolution card with Bird or Avian in one of its traits, play one Ravemon from your trash at the end of your opponent's turn without paying its memory cost. So essentially you get a lot of recursion for this. End of attack, you delete it, and then you get to play it right back out so it comes back at the end of your opponent's turn, able to attack the next turn. It also has an on deletion effect of if an opponent has 8 or more cards in their hand, your opponent trashes 1 card from their hand. Then if they have 7 or less cards in their hand, your opponent adds the top card of their security stack to their hand. So we saw all the hand trashing beforehand. That's why this is here. It's perfectly in line with the entire level 6 at this point. So now let's finish off the archetype with Cherubimon. This being the evil version of Cherubimon, of course. So play cost of 12,000 DP, digivolve for 4 over a purple or green level 5, but you can also digivolve from 3 over a level 5 2-color green Digimon. Also has Alliance, suspension for plus DP as well as 1 security attack. It has a when digivolving until the end of your opponent's turn, this Digimon and 1 of your other level 5 Digimon in play gain on deletion. Play this card from your trash without paying its memory cost. So perfect ability to pop and then play something back out. If that card has Alliance, you get to suspend it down again. Multiple different effects. But that about sums up the Cherubimon line. We do have a purple tamer here. This actually being Keenan Crier. He is a memory tamer, so 4 play cost, start of your turn. If you have 2 or less memories, set your memory to 3. And then all turns, when you have a purple Digimon with Ravemon in its name, or with Bird or Avian in one of its traits, if it's deleted, by suspending this tamer, draw 1. If that Digimon is deleted by an effect, you can gain 1 memory. So this plays straight back into your Ravemon line with all the other on deletion effects. Next we have 2 purple options, 1 for Cherubi and 1 for our Ravemon line. Let's start with the Cherubimon line in Tarnished Heroes. This is a 3 cost option. When you have a green Digimon or Tamer in play, you may use this card without meeting its color requirements, so this allows you to play it from the green side of the deck as well. Main, delete one of your opponent's level 3 Digimon, then place this card into the battle area. It has a delay effect. You can trash this the turn after and every turn after that. So this says your opponent may trash 1 option from their hand if they don't gain 2 memory. So this is kind of similar to a memory boost, but your opponent has the chance to trash a card in their hand to prevent the memory gain. But we all know you kind of want their hand low so you're able to trash their security as soon as you hop into the level 6. So the other option goes into our Ravemon line, and that is Ame no Ohabari, which I believe that's how you pronounce it. 4 play cost, main, by deleting one of your Digimon in play, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with a level less than or equal to the deleted Digimon's level. If you delete a Digimon with Ravemon in its name, you may play 1 Ravemon from your trash at the end of your opponent's turn without paying its memory cost. So very, very similar to the actual Ravemon's effect. There's so much recursion with this deck, I can't wait to actually play it out. But that actually sums up the card by card. So as I mentioned, we did have a few archetypes to go over. So the Terriermon line, whether you want to do the black version in Mega Gargomon or the purple version in the purple-green Cherubimon, you have those options. We also had the few cards within the Renamon line. And then to sum things up, we had Keenan Crier as well as Falcomon to finish out the Ravemon line. So many new archetypes added within this set. I can't wait to actually get the cards so I can start testing and playing around with them and having some fun. But that sums up this one. I do have the black as well as the white cards coming in the next set of card by card review. I'd like to thank everybody for watching, and until next time, I'll see you on the digital plane playing the Digimon card game.